How's it going, Hojo organization? IWC, YWC, Alucard here, and it's time once again for me to talk about one of my favorite wrestling promotions in the entire world. Yes, that's right, I'm talking about WWR Stardom. This wasn't one of their big things like I reviewed last time, like the Cinderella tournament. This was more of a house show type of thing that got TV record time, but also it was kind of important because it had the vacated trios championship, so it was a mixed bag here. Really what we're looking forward to in Stardom is May 17th, the May Gold 2015, which will have some very good matches. I think some matches that may be match of the year contenders for the women and all around wrestling. So let's get into this episode, or this television episode, or this live show, or whatever you want to call it. So it starts off with Kamen versus, let me say, make sure I'm saying his name correctly, Azumi. Azumi is, I can't really place her age, but she looks around 8 to maybe 12, and it's kind of weird seeing Kamen. Kamen's not a bad wrestler. She's kind of stuck in a comedy type of gimmick. I don't know if that limits her character or anything like that, but just seeing her wrestle Azumi, and that's not a knock against Azumi because Azumi's, for her age, a very talented wrestler, but the weight advantage and the way Azumi wrestles is like, Kamen probably should have powerbombed this girl straight to hell, but instead the match is kind of meh, and then it ends in a tie. Yeah, skip this one. This probably shouldn't have happened. And both women are, well, one woman and one girl, they're better than this. I mean, I've seen Azumi wrestle Nene Takahashi, and that match was pretty good. Speaking of Nene Takahashi, let's ring a few imaginary ring bells for her. This woman, she has officially retired in Stardom. I think her entire career, she's, just retired in general. I just started watching Stardom, I think, a year and a half ago, and I saw Nene, and I was like, wow, she's a damn good wrestler. And, it's a shame that, unfortunately, a lot of people, especially like worldwide, unless they come across some of her like older videos on Stardom or her other promotions like All Japan or whatever, won't really get to see her or know how good of a wrestler she was. And she retired at the age of 36 years old. Wow. That's most wrestlers in the United States don't retire until 45 plus. Hell, we have some wrestlers here that are still wrestling at 50 or 60. So to see a talented wrestler like her retire at 36 is like, either she just wants to get out of wrestling and wants to live the regular life or whatever, or she's obviously put a lot of hard, I wouldn't say hard screen, but wrestling in Japan is different from wrestling in America from what I've heard. So she's been wrestling that hard style all of her life, or all of her career. So she probably wants it's time to recover and get her body back or whatever. Not to say she has a bad body, because even at 36 and Nene, but anyway, this is more of a sign of respect to Nene for being an awesome wrestler, and it's sad that she has to retire. Anyway, I wish her all the luck or whatever. Anyway, let's move on to the next match, which was, let me find it here. This name. I'm gonna say her last name. Oh, I'm gonna try the whole name. Fuck it. Kaori Yonama versus Momo Watanabe. Now, this match was a definite step up from the last match. Still kind of sloppy though. Yeah, I forgot who got them. I think, yeah, I think Yama got the win with a roll up. I'm not sure. I forgot. It was kind of. I'm going to be honest with you guys. The first two matches of this event completely skippable. Like you could really just get these out of the way. Not saying the first match was trash. Second match, passable but forgettable. Let's move on to the better match, the top 3 matches that were pretty much what made the card. So next you had Chris Wolf and Coco Kamara versus Starfire and Thunder Rosa. One word, Starfire. Jesus, she fucking hot. And she's an excellent wrestler to boot. Chris Wolf, I think she really found herself in this comedic, heel, unique kind of wrestling style. Still don't know why Stardom makes her lose so much, but they're eventually going to see the talent. I can't really say anymore about Kamara. She's an absolute beast, like one of the toughest women's wrestlers in the world, and you know she can wrestle with the best of them. The match ends with Starfire first hitting a, what was it? It's like it was the J Driller, which is a underhand underarm hook power driver, which looked completely sick. She hit that on Chris Wolf, and then I was thinking, wow, that should be the end of the match. Chris Wolf kicks out, and I'm like, okay, so what's gonna end the match? And Starfire hits her finisher, the cradle power driver. The J Driller or underarm DDT looked way more vicious than the cradle power driver, but I'm not complaining. The match was really good, especially with all 4 women involved. Thunder Rosa, really good. And like I said, Chris Wolf, I really enjoy some Chris Wolf, especially like when she's in her zone of the taunting and the comedy act, and then still doing a solid wrestling. So yeah, overall enjoyable match. Then you get on to the next match, which was these names. Haruka Kaito versus Nikki. I can't do the voice, but damn, I love Nikki Storm's voice. Nikki Storm's voice is fucking hot. This was one of the best pure wrestling matches on the card. Well, second best pure wrestling match on the card. For the first 5 minutes, it's Nikki Storm and Kaito fighting over arm bars and hammer locks, and it's just like, wow, this is awesome. This is professional wrestling. By the way, Nikki Storm extremely over with the Japanese crowd. They took her like flies take to sugar, and crowd was chanting for Nikki Storm. Pretty much got a face reaction. Like I said, going back to where they had the fight over the arm bars, eventually Nikki Storm gets Kaito down into a leg head scissors. Kaito fights out of it, pins Nikki Storm's thighs until like a submission butterfly thing. Nikki Storm fights out of it, one punch, and then she tries for another punch. Kaito, being the, I guess, armbar specialist, I'm messing up on my words today, armbar specialist, traps her into a sort of reverse armbar, and Nikki Storm takes a rope break, and she goes to the corner, she's like, oh, banging her in, oh, you're very good, getting the crowd behind her. Then she asks for a handshake, and Kaito's like, I don't really know about this, but the crowd, who is still infatuated with Nikki Storm, is like, yeah, shake Nikki Storm's hand, she's awesome. And it bakes in Kaito, and Nikki Storm's like still playing on like, oh, don't shake my arm, don't shake my hand too hard. You're a beast with the arm bar. But then she ends up attacking Kaito with a vicious kick to the stomach and a beatdown. And then I would say the real Nikki Storm comes out, and she starts being violent and angry toward the ref, and just hitting a lot of vicious stuff on Kaito. Kaito does eventually come back with some offense. There was one move where I think it was like a forearm smash where Kaito kind of knocked off Nikki Storm's top. Not like that. No. It's just like she had a top in front of me, but her ring gear got knocked off from the scraps or whatever. Kaito does eventually get in. I think she gets in one more armbar. Yeah, 2 more arm bars out of a pin. Like she rolls up. No, what? Yeah, she pins Nikki. Then she transitions to an arm bar. And then the next arm bar is while she goes for a roller, a schoolgirl. She transitions that into an arm bar. But this time, Nikki Storm pulls up Kaito and just power bombs her. Like Nikki Storm's like fucking jam. Her arms are just like massive. And then she picks up Kaito and hits her finisher, the Cyclone Neckbreaker, which I think you've seen Tyson Kidd hit that before. Anyway, Stardom, let's have a talk before I talk about the main event, shall we? Now, Nikki Storm is set to face Io Shirai for the Wonder of Stardom belt. I know what you're thinking already, Stardom, but no, do not do it. Do not put the belt on Io Shirai. And that's not a knock against Io. That is not a knock. She's an awesome wrestler. But it kind of feels like anytime there's an American there, the established talent there in Stardom always gets a victory. In my opinion, I know I'm just the guy on the internet, but in my humble opinion, I think it would be better for Nikki Storm to win that white belt, hold it for 2-3 months or how much time she's there, and then have one of the other people win it from her. Maybe Kaito, because there's kind of a story or whatever there. Whatever. You could have Kaito win the belt from Nikki Storm before she leaves. That way, it helps Nikki Storm come back. It helps Nikki Storm already, build upon her tremendous legacy of just collecting belts and everything like that. But then you also build up Kaito, who is, let's face it, one of your bright young stars. I don't know how old she is, but her wrestling is beyond years, especially with the arm bars. Like, it's like watching Alberto El Patron with a vagina, without the kicks, without the kicks, and with the belt. You know what I'm saying? She's a beast with the arm bar. I think that would be a better story than just having Io Shirai get all the belts. She has a tag teams right now. That should suffice for a little bit. And giving her the white belt, it's like putting too much on Io Shirai's plate. I remember like when she was the heavyweight champion or the Wonder of Stardom champion, whatever you want to say, and she had the trios. But it's like you're putting too much on the rest of the plate. Spread it out, Stardom. Spread it out. And Nikki Storm as your white belt champion, that's money. People like Nikki Storm. People in the crowd like Nikki Storm. They hate her. They love her. That's what you want. That's what you want out of your, basically your intercontinental, your mid-card champion. That's what you want. So, so Stardom. Don't be Stardom when it comes to Nikki Storm versus Io Shirai. I'm just saying. And then you get the main event for it's the trio belt, but they call it the Artists of Stardom Tag Team Championship, which was Kairi Hojo, Koguma, and Chelsea versus Io Shirai, Mayu, Hiwatani, hopefully, and Ryo Hazuki. Match pretty much begins with Ryo, Io, and Mayu pretty much running a clinic and poses upon Chelsea. Chelsea eventually hot tags out to Koguma. Koguma, one, I would say, most improved wrestler from last year. What she's pulling off now is just great biblical beastness. There was one move in the match where she hit first she hit a Hurricane DDT on Mayu, but she does it by using the stomach of Ryo, and then Io Shirai comes in the ring. She does Io's I think punch or clothesline, grabs her hand, runs to the top rope, walks the ropes a little bit, jumps off, kicks Rio, and then still arm drags Io Shirai. Scrape beast mode. I'm not gonna talk about Chelsea. Chelsea, I'm not gonna bash her too much because she's in the ring with 5 women who are pretty much, at the top of their game. I mean, I'm sure Koguma is gonna get better and Rio is gonna get better, but any 5 of these women could be top ranked champions in any promotion you put them in, and Chelsea's still learning and everything like that. So expecting her to outshine Io Shirai or Koguma or Kairi Hojo or Mayu would be insane. I think for what she did in the match, it was good enough to be passable, and it was a good performance overall. And I think that Chelsea's only going to get better. Of course, Stardom, they're of course, like I said, Chelsea's popular. Stardom's going to capitalize on that, and I can see her being a cornerstone for Stardom. Once she already has the popularity down, great look and everything, can talk decently on the mic. Once she gets her wrestling down pat, she's going to be a killer acquisition for any promotion, and she's getting the best train she can in Stardom. Kairi Hojo, I always say this, batshit insane offense, and I love every second of it. Let's see, Mayu versus Mayu did some pretty impressive things here, but it's kind of hard to say, very impressive because she's still in the same match with Io Shirai. Io Shirai just she's blow your mind high flying with the stuff she does sometimes. But Mayu still wrestles aside the match. I'm trying to think about what move she hit. I can't really even think about it because I don't write it. I just think about it in my head or whatever after I see the matches. Even Rio still. Whatever. Let's get to the end of the match. The end of the match comes with Kairi Hojo hitting the Alabama Slammer on Mayu, and then hitting her patented elbow drop from the top rope, winning the Artist of Stardom Tag Team Championships for her team. I think that's pretty much it. I can talk about the promos or whatever at the end. But I don't understand Japanese, so it's going to be kind of tough to translate. I think that's pretty much it. I would recommend watching this show. Skip the first 2 matches. They're kind of trash, kind of not well. And what was one? The Momo versus Yoma. It's not trash, but it's just I don't really have to watch this. Nikki Storm. Nikki Storm. Yeah. I think that's pretty much it. So I'm not gonna give it a rating. I'm just gonna say watch it. Skip the first 2 matches. Don't even think about those. And it's a pretty solid show from there. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. Tell me what you got to think in the comments. Did you watch Stardom? Do you need a link to the Daily Motion thing, or do you know how to type Stardom Wrestling into Daily Motion? The only reason I ask that because some people on the internet act like they're either too lazy to type that, or they don't know how to type it. I don't know. Either way, hit me up in the comment section or whatever. And I guess tomorrow's TNA, I got a news story coming up about Slimeball Cops, and that's pretty much it. So I'll catch you guys later. Hopefully the audio recorded, and peace out, bitches, or people, whatever. I don't know.